Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back again with another live show on the channel. It is the match preview for the game on Wednesday night between Newcastle United versus Everton, which will be a 7:30 kickoff at St James's Park. The game is going to be shown live on Amazon Prime, and for those who are not going to be able to attend the game, can also watch the game on Amazon Prime. Got Mason back with me. How you doing, Mason?
I'm not too bad.
Good. So, what if you do enjoy? Please, of course, the usual, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, of course. If you're new to the channel or if you're enjoying the content and you're not yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. And feel free to donate as well, because we do have Super Chat. And feel free to become a member as well of the channel. And please do hit the notification bell, because it does let you know whenever either when I am live or a video has been uploaded to the channel as well. Let's read one of the comments I've got in. El Statement says, afternoon all. You well? Well, Mason, can we get back to winning ways? I know we got a very good draw at Old Trafford, but can we get back to winning ways on Wednesday night?
Hope so. As we can see, we're unbeaten in the last two home games against Everton, both 3-1 and 2-1. It just shows you sometimes we can be up for it against Everton, because sometimes Everton might have an off day against us, or sometimes they do well against us and then they have the chances whilst we play poor. But hopefully we can make it 3 home games against Everton with 3 comfortable wins.
Why not? I don't see why we should be. I mean, Everton's a team we should be looking to beat as well. I mean, we all like to call them the Scouse Mackhams for a reason. But it's going to be a good game. Well, Cruzy's in the house. What's up? Can't wait for this game. Neither can I, says Liam as well. I mean, it's a perfect opportunity to get another win at home as well. But of course, you know what happened last season. Of course, when we win 3-1 as well. So we'll be looking for the same kind of performance as well. Should have won by more, but But of course, St James's Park will be on Wednesday night. Of course, we'll be at the game as well. And you know what the fans are going to be like, get behind the side and all that as well.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I think it'd be must win for both teams. Everton coming off a 2-0 defeat by Spurs. If it would have been 0-0 if didn't make the 2 mistakes in the last 10-15 minutes, so they'll want to come and get a win or a point if they don't make any mistakes. That's the problem. That's sometimes it is the problem with Everton. They make a few mistakes here and then, and just hopefully we'll win.
I mean, it is definitely possible. Like, I mean, is he going to stick with the same side, Eddie Howe? What do you think he might make some rotations within the side?
Obviously with Tottenham coming up on Sunday, you might have to make changes, because no disrespect to Everton, but they're a good side, but they're prone to make mistakes. But I think he needs to give a few players a chance, because it's a midweek game. We've got a big game on Sunday, and you might need to give some of the fringe players a chance.
Possibly. I mean, who can you see coming in if Eddie Howe is going to make some rotations in the side?
My target.
I think that's a good option,
because I think you need to start my target, because you've seen yesterday against Man United with Dan Burn and Anthony. He's going to be playing. If he starts Dan Burn, I think it's going to be a little bit a problem, because you've got Gordon and Damari Gray on the left, who are really good players, who are good left mids on a day. But if Dan Burn starts, then having left backs on the left is going to be a little bit of a problem.
I mean, you could tell he was really starting to struggle after he was booked yesterday, Dan Bird. So I think Matty Targett will be a good, sensible option to play him at left back on Wednesday night. Of course, remember that was also when he made his debut last season, when we had him on loan as well. So I would like to see Matty Target in for me. That's why I've named the title. Matty Target for me has to start as well, because I think Dan Burns starting to run out of gas a little bit now.
Mm-hmm.
And there you are. Any other players could we see come in? Could Willock be one of them? I know he only was on the bench because there was a bit of doubt because he was going to miss for the game through illness at first, but he was okay to make the bench. So do you think that's another one who's going to come back in, Joe Willock?
Probably, but he probably get like half like 60 minutes because anyhow might want to give Shelby like half an hour.
I think we could see Shelby. I don't think Shelby will start, but I think we might see him at some point come off the bench, even though it wasn't yesterday. It could well be tomorrow on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm. If he does start, because if like somehow we're drawn, Shelby can come on for the last half an hour because he'll put the balls in his pass and put the balls in the box. And then somehow with Wilson starting or Chris Wood, they can try and shoot from there, because Everton's defence is a little bit of a mixture of quality and not good enough. Well, the majority of it's good, but the only problem that they've got is the Championship centre-back.
Tarkowski's again, we were saying he's not the quickest one, is he? So we got to look to target him. They've got Connor Cody in there, who is a really good centre-back. But again, we really have to go at them. I mean, how do you think Everton are going to set up? I think because they've been going with, I think it's 5 at the back they've been really going with.
Well, obviously they were different sides from last season for sure, because of recruited well and we've got a few decent players in.
I mean, yeah,
like that. The biggest one, that Onana. I mean, how he's went to Everton? I just do not understand with going to West Ham so close.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at Everton's last formation was 5 at the back. He's got Coleman and McNeil as his wing backs. I find McNeil as a wing back a bit of an odd one, I've got to admit. Coleman, I think he's really getting on a bit now, and he can be made of glass as well. So that's another one we should be looking to get at as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking them up on the who could be playing, who is not playing. They've sort of got Godfrey, Patterson, Townsend's long term, and then questionable Horgate and Mina. So if Mina starts, when obviously he got injured last season when he was up here, so I mean Mina's a decent centre back, but I think if he started out, I think if Lampard started Tarkowski, I mean it's a little bit of a good thing for us because he's not quick, and but they've got a decent back line with experience, of Connor Cody. Godfrey obviously is not playing tomorrow. Mina, I've just said Holgate could be playing, and he actually scored last season. So they've got players who's hot and cold. I could say hot and cold, but I think that, to be honest, I think they're not the same team with Charleston up top, especially.
Yeah. I mean, I think losing Richarlison's a bit of a loss for them. I think Iwobi's showed glimpses of improvements for Everton as well in some games as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they've still got the players, but I think.
I mean, Maupay, they've got Maupay now, who they signed in the summer transfer window. He can know to get a goal against us at times. He did it, of course. He scored in both of the games, home and away, when we lost 3-0 in both the games. 2 at St James's Park, and when we lost 3-0 at their place.
And I'm just looking at that quote, come by Joe Linton. Bloody hell.
I'm just going to rattle through some more then. I want to bat Everton, especially that T-Rex arms Pickford plays for them. Oh, yeah, I think there'll be a lot of stick beat at him.
You will.
Lawrence, Jody View, agree with targeting for Burn. Looks like Shem will be fine after coming off injured yesterday. That's good. There was a little bit of injury concern what happened to Fabian Scher, but he worked his absolute socks off for me yesterday.
I mean, that centre-back pair does not have to change on Saturday. I mean, Wednesday.
I mean, it's working perfectly, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not going to be doing as much running around the pitch as what a lot of the other players are going to be doing as well.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Could see Willock and Fraser coming back into the line 11 at some point this week. Hopefully see Shelvey get some minutes off the bench. I don't want to see Fraser coming off the bench as well, which is what Liam has said as well. I mean, he'd offered absolutely nothing for me when he came on. So if you're going to rest Murphy, go with someone like Anderson. I don't want to see Fraser playing at the moment.
I mean, comparing, like, obviously Everton's right mid in ours, I've got to say Alex Iwobi's a much better right mid from Fraser, in my honest, because Fraser, Iwobi's a decent player, because he puts the balls in, compared to Fraser, he doesn't. So, if, like, I would have Iwobi instead of Fraser, because Iwobi's a decent player.
The fact is, go back to the game, Fraser did get his first Premier League goal for us in that game as well. But yeah, I don't think Fraser's not impressed me at all, one bit at all this season. And at least with Shelvey, Bruno is free to get further up the pitch. That is definitely a good point, that, like, because we did see that a lot from last season when Shelvey, where he can sit back a little, drop back a little bit. You've got the likes of Joe Linton, Bruno, or Willock, whoever is playing else in that centre midfield role. So I think we'll see that when Shelvey does make an appearance, because he's going to want to know to make the passes and for the other players to get runs onto them.
Like, obviously, if he'd be on the bench against Everton, but the last time he was on the bench for Everton, when he came on for the last half an hour, he set up the 3 goals. His passing set up for 3 goals to win us the game 3-2. So he can do that, but the player who they've got scored twice, scored the first goal for us against Everton, which I'm still surprised he's still playing at Everton.
Yeah.
Because I loved him when he was at Newcastle. One done. I really loved him. I don't know why they didn't get him back.
Oh, I mean, I don't think Rondon's probably got the pace for the Premier League as much now.
He's not the same player since he was at us. Like, he's not the same player.
I would love to have kept him permanently for maybe a couple of seasons or so. But after he had his loan spell, but I don't think he's the same now. Afternoon, lads. Hope you well. Hello, Penny and Anthony Gordon. Fraser is a championship player. I mean, the fact is he showed really good glimpses at Bournemouth when Eddie Howe was managing him at the time. But why do we not see it for Newcastle at the moment?
I mean, I don't know what's happened like through the summer, because last season he was decent, but I don't know what's been said in the summer, or
maybe he knows that his place he's probably not going to be here for the long term now. Maybe that's what it could be. And now you see Murphy's putting better performances in him so far as well.
Mm-hmm. He's just not good enough, because Eddie Howe's improved a lot of the players, and to be honest, he did improve Fraser a bit, but somehow he just went down. He just went downfall.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what's gone wrong there, you could say as well. So to me, I don't think he deserves an appearance coming off the bench as well. I think Fraser will not be here very much longer. Hopefully, Eddie Howe's been doing some work with Murphy and some training before our game as well, because he has now started really start performing pretty well. Just the final ball. Hopefully, that's been worked on in training.
I mean, yes, Everton's right back's really good, but they've got the Nathan Patterson. It's going to be a doubt tomorrow.
Well, he wasn't playing in the last game. It was Coleman who was playing in the last game against Everton, and that's a play you can get out now.
Coleman's not the same. So whoever plays the right mid on Wednesday has got a decent chance because how old's Coleman now? 33?
He's well into
34?
his. He's gonna
34? His
something
legs
like
are
that,
knackered. His legs are knackered. He's not the
and
same player.
he's had a lot of quite a lot of injuries as well.
So they've only if like somehow he gets injured before Wednesday, they won't have a right. They'll have to have a centre back playing at right back, which is weird.
I mean, wow, it could well be. Mason wants a Warby too, a secret Everton fan.
I'm just comparing. Joe Linton, I'm just comparing him to Fraser.
Yeah, now there's a good. You love Coleman too. Well, this is what you got to compare stats. You've got to mention those players as well. I mean, in terms of Everton, do you think this man could stop for Everton? Because he's been making some bench appearances, but could Everton look to bring him in now?
I mean, obviously they've got Calvert-Lewin, Mopey, the big Venezuelan who we had.
Yeah.
So they've got decent cover, but Calvert-Lewin can be there for like injuries. He's an injury-prone player compared to Rondon. Well, Rondon's not the same player. Or if he goes from Mopey, then Mopey's a decent little player. I think Mopey was just there because their strikers were injured. But if somehow they start like two or have a front three at the top, like in the middle, or striker, or somehow the play, it will be on the right wing, or either Gordon or Gray on the wing, and his give service to either one of them three, then their front three on Wednesday will be really, really high. But they've got Bernard Gray as well, who can play on the left wing, but is the left wing back. But could we see Bernard Gray starting? Probably not, because that Ukrainian's a really good left back.
Yeah.
So I think if Calvert-Lewin on will start on Wednesday, no doubt he'll score because he is known to score open Newcastle when he's fit.
Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely. As well, is he going to stick with Wilson? I think you've got to.
You've got to, because he's a threat, and he didn't play last season, so against Everton, because whoever was playing, who I totally forgot, but their defense will, like, Lampard will be showing like their defense the threats of Wilson, because he isn't known to score a lot of goals, because he scored against Everton like in the corridor on July. But so if Wilson scores, their defense is going to be torn apart.
Yeah, absolutely. Lol Joel settle big man Mason is a magpie, not a toffee. It's a bit like saying that John's a Man United fan.
He is.
Yeah, well, it's always like to have a bit of banter with that going on. But I think Lampard's going to set up quite defensively as well.
Mm-hmm. He'll have to, because Almiron's a different player. Wilson's a threat. Whoever plays on the right on Wednesday will be a threat as well. But it'll be tough for Everton's back line, whoever they play, because our threat is getting up there. Our threat up the top is really getting there. You might have to put Targowski on the bench because he's proper slow, really slow. So he'll have to go. He'll have to go with like Holgate, Keane, Mina with the quality. Because I think Mina's in that centre back role. Mina's the best one out of the lot. No disrespect, but I feel their defence is going to be really tightened for the forward line.
Yeah, it could well be. Jonathan says, "Will Joe Willock come back into the team on Wednesday night?" Yes, I think he could. I've got the feeling he will. It was just
Hopefully.
because it was due to illness why he was only a substitute. But yeah. White Trout says Lampard will just try and park the bus, then sting us on the brink. I can't see them coming with an offensive mindset. Well, I can't as well.
I got it as well. You might have to park the bus if somehow to score one goal, then you'll have to park. You might have to park the bus and not let us go in the box because Joe Linton. Come on, have you just seen that comment?
Oh God, yes, definitely not handy. Oh God, Botman's a machine in the back now.
So you might have to park the bus if somehow they're 1-0 up, but if they've somehow got back to the game, they'll have to park the bus that tight, really that close. So we don't go back up the pitch and win 2-1 or whatever the score is.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, apparently Mina's injured, according to Jonathan, so he might not be playing for Everton on Wednesday night. So
it says he could be. It says on it's questionable, so he's 50-50.
Oh well, and so you could either be or you may not be. As well, I think probably I see fans are bitter about Botman. Well, what do you expect? He's our machine at the back now, and that's why we look so defensively better. And that's why you need him to play week in, week out. Now, you really, really need to. Definitely so. Yeah. Hopefully not like our game against them in December 2017, when we had loads of chances but lost 1-0 with Rudy scoring off a Darlow error. I remember that game. I was actually at that game as well.
That was as well. I mean, we've got a much better keeper now, so he knows how to target the ball, make crucial saves because he is a crucial keeper at times, making crucial saves at times, so he knows what to expect.
Yep, absolutely. Everyone do the Botman. I mean, he's just, wow. Been just so brilliant there for us, Sven Botman. And that's why we haven't conceded many goals this season. We've only conceded 9 in total.
I mean, if that was Dubravka, if going back to Man United yesterday, if Rashford and Fred scored them 2 goals, then we would have got beat 2-0. And if defence as well, if the defence is completely different, so so if our defence wasn't like that yesterday, we would have got beat.
Makes it as a toughie. Jonathan. Did you see United stand being beaten by Big Sam yesterday? I didn't see that. No, I didn't actually see that. Actually, didn't see that. Who is Dubravka again? I wouldn't have Dubravka back now.
Nah.
We've got a really good keep on my hands in Nick Pope, and Dubravka for me spat his dummy out. His attitude turned. Didn't want to challenge for the fight competition for the goalkeeper.
I don't understand why he's got the number 22 shirt. Shouldn't we just give him the number 1?
I think Pope will have that next season.
But the thing is, at least we've got decent cover as well. So, because Cavi is a decent keeper, but sometimes makes mistakes because that's part and parcel of the keeper. But we've got 2 keepers there, so I think they're going to have to sell Darlow and Dubravka because they're not good enough.
One of them is Gillespie's going to be out of contract as well. So I think he's going to be out the door come the end of the season. He's not been included in the 25-man squad. And if he's not included in the second half of the season, we know that's him out. That's him going to be gone as well. So
I mean, Karius, he could against Crystal. He's going to show again if he starts against Crystal Palace to see if he can get contract until the end of the season, no longer contract, because if he does well, then he's going to have to get a new contract once his expires.
Yeah, I mean, we can't extend that because we don't know the extent of Darlow's, how long Darlow's going to be back. Yeah. Kieran Trippier over the wall again. Hopefully, yeah, that would be great again, wouldn't it?
Hopefully.
Don't see Karius being past next summer. I think.
To be honest, I would just keep him for backup because obviously he dropped down the pecking order with Liverpool because they had Mingele and Alisson, and then the season when he came back from loan from I don't know where, but he got dropped the third choice because I had Alisson and Adrian. So I would be happy if we're playing in cup competitions because he's known to. He took Liverpool to a few cup competitions, quarter semis. So I would just keep him for whenever Pope's injured or in the cup competition because he is a decent keeper, but he can make mistakes at times.
Yeah, I mean, the Champions League was a one to forget about. I've just read the one. He can't come back now. The way he behaved showed actual contempt towards the club. Let him pick the grass from De Gea's boots the rest of his career. I agree with that.
I agree with that as
well.
I
absolutely agree with that. I mean, the fact is, because of who we're owned by now, and it's you're just now on the verge. If a player doesn't want to be here, if we get a good offer we can accept, you could just say, well then, there's the door there. Out you go. There you are.
I mean, if he can, then some club from abroad might knock him up, and he might go there because he said he wanted game time, but look where he is now. He's fair choice of Man United.
He will, yeah, absolutely, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he spat his dummy. Mason, you got the cold or is it COVID?
I had COVID 2 weeks ago, so I'm still recovering from that.
Yeah, you were saying how you were about that, so there you are. I mean, so yeah, we were saying in terms of changes, Willock, to me, I think will come back in. I think we should get Matty Target back in. I wouldn't mind seeing Anderson as well, possibly. But it wouldn't surprise me if Murphy keeps his place, fair enough, because he's done well. But Fraser, for me, no. Definitely not. She's just been so poor this season for me. So poor for me this season. We shouldn't make any changes in the rest of the back line. So right back, it's got to be Trippier for me. And the Fabian Schär and Sven Botman have to keep the places in there for me as well.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to have to start Target on Wednesday because
it's just Dan Bint's running out. As I mentioned, he's just running out a bit of a gas now for me.
Mm-hmm. And with obviously he's going to be coming up against in the next 2 games if he starts somehow on Wednesday. Gordon, Gray, and Sunday, Young and Son. So he's going to be coming up against 3 quality left mids in the space of a week. So he needs to have a right in and out, right about left back playing.
Yeah, Fraser to go to the championship in January. I think could well be, or come the end of the season, he will be. Will Chevy be brought in this game? I think we'll see him at some point. I don't think he'll start yet, but I think it could be definitely some point in the second half.
Like half an hour. That's what I would give him because he is known to change games a lot. Like if we're losing or drawn, he's known to put the balls in the box with his kicking, with his passing, and then whoever's there shoots and scores. So he's known for his passing because his passing is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it certainly has been because I think we have missed that in a way we have this season a little bit, as well. I mean, I think Willock I think Sean Longstaff could maybe go back to the bench this time. Or could it be Joe Linton? It's going to be one of them two. I can't see Bruno being dropped as well. I mean, he's just too crucial for us as well.
Nah. Another player with his passing's just, along with Shelby, just unbelievable. He's the one who can put balls in the box on certain occasions, so Bruno doesn't have to be dropped on Wednesday.
No, absolutely not. Lawrence says she'll go in for Diaby with Leverkusen struggling this season. Musa Diaby. That all depends. Could do. How much will we get him for? I mean, it all depends how he does well in the World Cup as well.
I mean, obviously, if like Leverkusen are in the same position as like in January, then they'll know if buying Leverkusen that they're going to have to sell like the main players. So, like if they sell Diaby, then they're going to have to get the money to offload him because they'll know that they're going to get relegated because a club of that stature should never be down there. I don't know what's happened, but for me, Diaby, if they're in the same boat as they are in January, just getting. Mm-hmm. But there's another player who I would get as well if was sold Wood Patrick Schick.
Yeah, he would have been a good. I wouldn't mind the winger from Shakhtar Donetsk. I keep forgetting his name, but he's
Is it the one at Fulham?
Oh, I forgot his name. Someone may come up with the comments, but I forgot. Should get rid of Fraser and Wood in January. There's rumours of Wood going in January as well. I mean, it's just not worked out for him here, has it?
Panic buy. All I can just say, he was a panic buy because
we needed a striker.
We needed a striker, so and we needed a striker because Callum Wilson was injured. Gale couldn't get a game, so for me, Chris Wood's going to have to go. And is it Mudryk?
That's it. Yes, Julian's just come up with in the comment before. Yeah, I think he's a really good player. Him, like,
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking Mudryk, but for me, I would be happy if we got Diaby because somehow they're struggling this season, which I'm really surprised.
Jonathan says Mason and Pierre named just one player for this season the best. It's got to be Bruno.
Bruno.
Madison is the one we really need. Another player would love at the club as well. Should we go for Tielemans? Do you think? I like Tielemans as well.
I would give him a chance, but it's in the mix because Arsenal won him. Mm-hmm. But Arsenal, they're going to find out what's going to happen with Thomas Partey with his because obviously with circumstances with him. Could they get Tielemans?
Maybe, I'm not so sure.
And with Madison, he's even said that Ian Wright wanted to come to Newcastle. So if we put another offer in for him, then I would take him.
Yeah, I think unless they're going to need the money in a way as well, that's the problem.
And the thing is, I want to say as well, if they're in the same boat as like Bayer Leverkusen, then they're going to have to get players out and get sell before they go down because they'll know by January they're going to get relegated.
Yep, that's it. And if they're really cut adrift in the bottom three, then that's going to be worrying for them.
Forest are going to have to do the same as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they got so many players in one transfer window. Problem will be able to get a striker who's happy to be third choice. Well, yeah, that's going to be...
Or either upgrade like another 23 striker.
Liam would like to see Dan Juma from Villarreal. He's a good player as well.
Mm-hmm. And another player who's done well on Eddie Howe as well.
Yeah. So there we are. Right then, what we'll do is we'll get into the lineup. Jonathan would swap Ryan Fraser for Harvey Barnes, another good player, Harvey Barnes as well. Mudryk is that winger. I think Mudryk's a very good winger. He's a very young lad as well.
I wouldn't mind him because Shakhtar, decent side. I wish we took one of the Brazilian players because I haven't got any Brazilian players now because all left.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, well, what we'll do is we'll get into the predicted lineup. So we'll maybe expect a couple of changes. for tomorrow. But Eddie Howe's going to definitely put out the side. He knows that's going to work as well. Kev's in the house. Hope you're well. Right then, so Mason starting off in goal. It's an easy choice, isn't
Nick
it?
Pope.
Yeah, absolutely. He certainly is. I mean, I can't see him having his place being dropped, and absolutely no chance. Right back's going to be this man there, Kieran Trippier. He's going to be captain on the night, and you know what his leadership's like out on that pitch as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not mention when he had the free kick, which was blocked, but then to whip a ball in on his left foot to find Joe Linton, who hit the ball on the post, was good as well. So Trippier is definitely going to stop for me. Okay, Pierre, you? Yes, I'm very well, thanks, Kev. Centre right. Who's taking one of the centre back positions?
Fabian Shaw.
Yep, Fabian Schär. Yes, he's fine after being taken off against Manchester United. So that's good because we'll need him in the back, and he was superb for me yesterday. He really, really was. And alongside him, you've got to have this man in there as well. None other than the Dutch machine, Sven Botman. I mean, he was getting on his. He was just absolutely fantastic as well for me yesterday. And you need to play him week in, week out because
we need more centre backs like him, like Championship quality. He's won leagues in France, Lille. So we need like young players who have got experience of winning cups, playing in the Champions League. So I just hope we sell like some players in January and get players in who of Botman's caliber.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it a good point gain? It certainly was, but in a way, not unlucky to come away with probably 3 points as well. I mean, if Joe Linton had taken them, it could have been a very different story. Mm-hmm. But Manchester United's finishing was just poor for me yesterday. It was just very wasteful at times, particularly the Rashford one and the Fred one. I mean, those were shocking misses, I thought, as well. Right, left back spot.
My target.
Get him in there for me. I think we need to give Dan Burn a break now. He's starting to run out of gas for me a little bit. And I think it's Matty Target should be looking to start him tomorrow, definitely, as well. Right, into the midfield. So I have no doubt this man will keep his place because Mr. Bruno, 2 goals in the last home game against Brentford. Imagine if he got a goal tomorrow night as well. This is the game where he came off the bench with a little bit of time left, but I think we'll definitely see him keeping in that start lineup tomorrow, no doubt about that.
We'll have to.
Yep. J7 loves the woodwork. He does. Murphy was loving the woodwork as well at one point, not just Joe Linton himself. But you were saying about Bruno?
Because, yes, Everton's defence is shaky, but our friend in goal might not get the in time for his passing and his shooting as well. So, yeah. I mean, Pickford will be frustrated about playing against Bruno on Wednesday. And Bruno will be having his life.
Oh yes, absolutely. Robert, hope you're well. It was like, okay. Next, who's taking another position in the midfield role?
Joe Linton.
Yep, absolutely. If he gets an opportunity, he's got to try and take them. I mean, to hit the ball and the post at the same time was just, I think hopefully, again, that's the only thing that's letting him down is the finishing at the moment. But other than that, we're going to need him for his strength, his hold-up play, and in terms of trying to win the ball back as well, because he's so known to do that now. He really, really is now for me. And the last player I think will take the midfield role, I think Willock will be back in for me now, definitely. Mm-hmm. It was just due to illness why he was a substitute appearance. And Joe Willock, for me, has really started up his game now in terms of his hold-up play. Hopefully a goal will be due from him at some point as well. I really believe it could well be.
I was going to say Longstaff, but if Willock gets fully fit on before Wednesday, then I would just start Willock. But it's either going to be him or Longstaff.
Yeah, it certainly will be, definitely. Absolutely. Right, the attacking 3. So, who's going to take the left-hand side?
Miggy.
Oh, Miggy on the left, or?
He's played on the left a few times, like especially the last 2 games. He's just been unbelievable. So I think I would take Armour on. But if somehow we get to rest, then it's a tough one. This I would give it. To be honest, it's tough. But either put Armour on the left or the right, and then do the same with like Elliot Anderson, because Anderson has to start on Wednesday. Like
He could do, but I think this man on one of the other sides is going to keep his place. Jacob Murphy. Hopefully, he's been working on the final ball, because shown glimpses of good performances. Just work on that final ball, which is the main thing now. But hopefully, we'll see Ellie Anderson make an appearance at some point during the game. And last place in the middle.
Wilson.
Yeah, absolutely. Missed both games last season because of injury, but the season before that, he scored in both home and away against Everton as well, and he would be loving to do that as well, definitely, for me. He really, really is. Robert says, I would rest Wilson by putting him on the bench. We need to be careful about his hamstring. There is going to be that concern, but you need him in there for me.
You're going to have to wait until Isaac gets fully fit, because I've given up on. I've given up on my chance of Chris Wood. Like,
I mean, and the gut wrenching thing is Isak could not be back until after the World Cup.
Exactly. So either look for like what they've done with Karius. If somehow Chris Wood gets an injury in training or in a game, and Isak's not fully fit, so they're going to have to look for a striker in the free agent market.
Could well be, yeah. I mean, but hopefully it's not the same with Maxi. I mean, he's just sitting with a bit of irritation on his hamstring, but it looks like Isak's going to be a bit of quite a spell on the sidelines now, by the looks of it. I don't think he's an upgrade Trossard, is he? Oh, I think he's class Trossard.
He is decent. I really like him.
I think Trossard's been on fire this season. I think he's a really good player. Would Brighton sell us now? We're challenging for Europe. If they get a good offer in, they're not going to refuse it. That's the thing.
They probably won't, because they're in the same boat as us.
Sort of, yeah. Kev's not convinced for Murphy. I know some people aren't still, but he's starting to show glimpses a little bit now. We won't see Isak to Leicester away best. Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Like, if somehow Wood gets injured, they'll have to do what they've done with Karius. They'll have to look for a free agent striker.
Yep. Oh, yep. Absolutely.
Or get somebody from the under 23s.
Absolutely. Right, final part of the show, score predictions. So are we confident for 3 points on Wednesday night?
I would go with a tight 2-1.
2-1?
Because both teams will be up for it, so I'll be a tight 2-1. I'll have Almiron and Bruno with Everton. I would either go with Alex Iwobi or Anthony Gordon.
Could be one of them. Morpay can score against us as well. Right, my score prediction, and I'm going to go with the same as what it was last season at home. So I'm going to say 3-1 Newcastle. I believe we should have enough to win this game, definitely. We're going to be up for this. We're all at home. I mean, to beat Brentford 5-1 last game at home was just absolute fire. And we're about to take another team apart at home as well, whether it's Everton or another side as well. But we should be having enough to win this game on Wednesday night. So I'm going to say 3-1 Newcastle as well. And Liam's going for 3-1 win as well, because it is possible.
Peter, actually, I'm going to change my goal score for Everton. It's a player who I really like. Onana's going to get his first goal on Wednesday.
Oh, okay then. Fair enough.
Because I really like the player.
He's not a bad.
Plus, I want to say it as well. He knows what Botman. He's going to tell the Everton players what strength and weaknesses Botman has.
Yeah. Jonathan says Dylan Stevenson, the young lad from the under-23 to the first team bench for the Fallas Cup game. PR. He could well be. So, well, that is it for the preview, guys. Again, some really interesting things we've discussed. I just hope it's enough. It's all down to the lads to perform on Wednesday night and get the job done for us to get us some more points on the board for us. And it is Everton. We should be looking to get a win out of that. Definitely as well. It's going to be another Paxton James's Park. on Wednesday as well. And again, the game is live on Amazon Prime for those who are unable to attend the game, but are really going to be dying to watch it. We need to be picking up 3 points more often, in my opinion. Yeah, we should be, but we should have enough on Wednesday night to do that as well. Well, again, guys, if you have enjoyed, please, of course, you know the usual, do hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, of course. If you're new to the channel, if you're enjoying the content and you're not yet subscribed, hit the notification bell because it will let you know whenever I am going live or a video has been uploaded onto the channel as well. You can still donate as well, and feel free to become a member of the channel as well. So there we are. Well, until guys, after what we've got coming up, of course, I will be giving me quick thoughts after the game. There will be fan reactions, so if you're there and you would like to come and give your thoughts, feel free to do so. It's usually round about the Milburn statue is where I normally do the fan reactions outside there. Feel free to get yourselves along, and we can have a discussion, have a talk with me about what you thought of the game afterwards, as well. And of course, probably the next following day after that will be the match review and the play ratings live show as well. Whether that will definitely be myself, and I'll see who I can bring on for that one as well. Well, guys, until next time, we'll see you very, very soon again. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and let's hope we get 3 points on Wednesday night. See you all later. Take care, guys. See you.